Welcome to Financial Flipside. Alright, let's dive into this video, where we'll be chatting about 8 stocks that the legendary investor Ray Dalio has been getting his hands on. Now, don't let your eyes glaze over just yet. We're going to break this down in simple terms without all those fancy words and complicated jargon. We're talking real talk here. So, here's the scoop. Ray Dalio, this big-shot American billionaire investor guy, has been making some moves in the stock market. You might have heard his name before. He's got a knack for picking the right stocks at the right time. He's got this track record of making money out of thin air, almost like a magic trick. He's been on Time magazine's list of the most important people on the planet twice, and he's swimming in cash, landing a spot on Forbes' list of the world's richest folks. Now, let's not get bogged down in ancient history, but it's worth mentioning that Dalio made some smart moves back in the day. Imagine this. Back in the 80s, when interest rates were soaring, he saw the future and bet on long-term government bonds when nobody else was looking. And guess what? His bet paid off big time as interest rates did the limbo dance and those bonds skyrocketed in value. Fast forward to more recent times, around 2008, when the world was shaking from the global financial crisis. Dalio's hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, went all in on gold. And what happened? Gold prices did the cha-cha, giving the fund some major profits. You see, Dalio's got this thing for predicting when the market is about to flip, and he's pretty darn good at it. Now, let's jump into the nitty-gritty of these 8 stocks he's been picking up lately. Brace yourself for some name-dropping and ticker symbols. We'll keep it as painless as possible. First on the list is First Horizon Corporation, ticker symbol FHN. This company is like a 3-headed monster, doing banking stuff, special banking stuff, and corporate stuff. Not too long ago, its stock was partying up at around 25 bucks, but now it's chilling around 10 to 12 bucks. Ray Dalio grabbed himself some 480,000 shares of this baby, and you might wonder why. Well, it's because this company's got its finances in order, and even when the financial world was looking like a roller coaster in a storm, it held its ground. Bank of America, those finance folks, are also nodding their heads at First Horizon. They're saying, hey, this bank is doing all right. And they're painting a pretty picture of it going up to 14 bucks. Moving on to stock number 2, Grab Holdings Limited, ticker symbol GRAB. These guys are like your one-stop shop for all things mobile. They've got apps for drivers, merchants, and everyday folks like us. Their stock used to be sky high at $4, but now it's chilling around $3. Get this, it used to be even higher before, like 83% higher. And why is Dalio interested in this? Well, they're playing it smart in a region where tech is exploding like fireworks on New Year's Eve. They've got their hands in everything from food delivery rides, and they're making friends with more than 25 million customers. So yeah, they've got some potential. Next up, we've got Genworth Financial, ticker symbol GNW. These guys do insurance stuff, and they're making money. Their stock price has been dancing like nobody's watching, going up 38% in the last year. That's like doing the moonwalk while everyone else is tripping over their own feet. This stock is like a hidden treasure, shining brightly while others are getting covered in mud. Alright, let's chat about BGC Partners, ticker symbol BGCP. Their stock is hanging out around 4.5 bucks, and it's like the popular kid in school. Everyone wants to be around it. But hey, let's not get too starstruck. While the stock's been partying, the other numbers aren't exactly shouting, "Buy me." So it's a bit of a pass for some of us. It's time to shift gears to the major leagues. You're no stranger to Facebook, right? Well, hold on to your hat, because it's gone through a rebranding twist and is now rocking the name Meta Platforms. And guess who's right there in the front row of this name change party? None other than Dalio, who snagged a cool 1 million shares of Meta Platforms. Cast your mind back to that time when Facebook was in a bit of a rut. Yeah, it took a 50% plunge from its peak. But hold the phone, because this story takes a turn. Dalio's not looking at the past. He's got his gaze locked on the horizon. He's all in on the cool tech goodies that Meta Platforms is cooking up. Stuff like AI and the metaverse. Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi flick, doesn't it? Now, let's talk about PayPal, the one with the catchy ticker symbol, PYPL. Dalio's got a solid grip on 1.55 million shares of this player. Don't let that 80% drop from its peak cloud your judgment. Those analyst brainiacs and savvy investors, including Dalio himself, are on to something intriguing here. Sure, the valuation might not be scoring an A+ on the report card. But hold up, what about the future growth and profit potential? They're shining like those star students who surprise everyone with their brilliance. Last but not least, we've got Google, where Dalio seems to be pouring Google stock into his morning cereal. With a hefty stash of over 2 million shares, he's certainly got skin in the game. Now, Google's had its fair share of wild ups and downs, taking a 40% nosedive at one juncture. But here's the kicker. Despite the market's roller coaster, those Wall Street experts are waving their strong buy banners for Google. Sure, the hype might be running a tad wild, but Google's like that steadfast friend who's always got your back, no matter the turmoil around you. So there you have it. Ray Dalio's been making moves in the stock world, and he's got his eye on some intriguing options. Now, whether you're a Wall Street whiz or just dipping your toes into the stock market pool, these are some interesting stories to keep an eye on. Who knows? Maybe you'll be making the next big move that everyone's talking about. We appreciate you taking the time to watch our video. If you liked it, be sure to show your support with a like and share it with your friends and family. To stay on top of financial matters, subscribing and hitting the notification bell is highly recommended. This way, you'll be among the first to know when new content is released.